Hi Aries, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Aries, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So your key to the week this week is the Empress card. So first things first, your mother, your wife, your girlfriend, your daughter, your aunt, a prominent woman, a prominent female in your life could be the focus of this week for you in some way, shape or form. This could be somebody that is playing a supportive role towards you, or somebody that you are needing to support or offering your support to. Now, on a more sort of interpersonal level, the Empress card is beautiful because this is Venusian energy, and there is blessings here. Whenever the Empress card shows up, this is where things get juicy. It's where they get sensual. So this could be a week where maybe there is some financial improvement for you, or it could just be that there is some kind of opportunity that shows up in a very material kind of way. So this could be a boost to the finances. For some of you, this could be a gift. It could be a monetary gift, or maybe even a gift of food or a dinner that comes from a significant or a prominent woman in your life in some way, shape or form. For those of you that are hoping to conceive, this could very well be a week where that happens for you as well. Remember, whenever the Empress shows up, this is an energy of ease. It's an energy of smoothing off the edges in some way, shape or form. With that said, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you, and if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button for your actions and options this week. You got the 5 of Cups. Okay, so don't freak out, but this could be for those of you that are so inclined, maybe this is a challenge of some sort that shows up. It could be the end of a friendship for some of you. I'm really sorry to say that. In other ways that this could be as well, maybe some investment that you've made you realize is no longer viable. The other thing with the 5 of Cups as well, this can be overindulgence. So you couple that with the Empress card this week. You could drink too much, you could smoke too much. I mean, the positive of this could be maybe, you go out, you have one too many and you think, you know what, I probably need to curb this a little now. So that's one way that this could show up for you. So be mindful of that. If it's food, maybe you could overindulge in something. You could eat something and it's just like, okay, you know what, I'm going carbless for the next month, or it doesn't have to be so extreme, but you know what I mean. So with that, for your communications and conversations, you've got the Death card. Okay, so look, if you haven't seen it, please don't forget to check out the triple conjunction video that I just put out with Denise Matthew. It's a really important video for you guys because Mars is your ruling planet. This triple conjunction is going to be Mars, Uranus and the North Node all coming together in the sign of Taurus, which for you is your money house. Know what I'm saying? So you want to check that out to get the information. That being said, we did talk a lot about potentially shocking news and things coming up, and my intention is never to upset. It's never to fearmonger or to be a doomsday sayer. My thing is, if I see challenges in the cards, you get nothing out of it if I gloss over that. I like to keep a sense of grounded realism. If there is challenging stuff up ahead for you, I would rather let you know so that you have a way to navigate it, or at least be forewarned. That's something that I reiterated throughout that entire video, and it's something that I want to keep reminding my subbies. If you've been with me long enough, you know how I am. I will never shy away from the hard stuff, but I will always find the best way that I can to deliver that message. Now, with that being said, there are very few the Death card very rarely means death. whenever you're reading tarot, but there are a few combinations where it's kind of, you know, you couldn't call it anything else. And unfortunately, the Death card coupled with the Five of Cups is one of those cards. If you have an elderly person in your life, if you have, you know, a grandparent, maybe a parent who is nearing the winter of their lives or is in that stage of their lives, or touch wood, is already sick, I hate to say it, and you know, I really hope that this is not the case and that I am wrong, but this is a potential that you could, communications and conversations, you're hearing news that somebody's health is on a downward turn or spiral. Because we've got that triple conjunction coming up, it is a possibility that this could be a prominent woman or important woman in your life that may, you know, may be their time. And I really hope that isn't the case. Now, on a more sort of upbeat note, the Death card could be, it could literally, like, if you've had a situation where you've been the speculation of some sort of gossip, maybe there's been something happening behind the scenes and you weren't quite able to pinpoint what it was or where it was coming from, this could literally be the end of that. For those of you that are studying or students in some way, this could literally be like the end of your studies. You know, sometimes it's not always the doom and gloom, but those harder messages are a possibility, and it's one of the reasons I always talk about them when they show up. I apologize if you can hear a hum in the background. Unfortunately, I have to have the fan on at the moment because it is scorching here in the UK, and if I didn't have this fan on, I would probably be dying. That being said, poor joke with these cards, I apologize. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this could be the termination of a contract, but it's like the termination of a contract on your part, and it's like the reason you're choosing to do this is because you're going in a different direction, i.e. you're starting your own business, maybe your side hustle has really started to take off and it can bear the weight of you going full-time into whatever that is. It's like, it's bittersweet. So a job could be coming to an end this week, but it's so that something else can flourish. For those of you that are self-employed business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, etc., this could be loss of some sort of patronage, or it could be that you're changing your demographic. Maybe you're choosing to change your client base, maybe you're choosing to go after a different client base or to release a client. Either which way, there is growth that's possible from this, but it's like you have to give something in order to gain at a later date. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, look, as I said, this could be some really challenging news regarding somebody else's health. It could be, you know, maybe that there isn't much time, and so this is something that I want you to be mindful of this week. For your love and relations, you've got the Ace of Cups. That's beautiful. All right, so for those of you that are hoping to conceive, and this is a bit of a tough one as well, for those of you that have had miscarriages, for those of you that have you know, tried to conceive and it's like, we just don't think it's going to be possible, you know, we've had IVF and not even that has worked, this could be a ray of hope or sunshine. It's like maybe you've tried everything and it's just not taken, and then all of a sudden this week you realize that you're pregnant very much by surprise, or without any sort of technological assistance. I actually really like this for people who have been trying to conceive or trying to have children but just have had no luck. This I actually think is going to be one of those weeks where your luck changes, so that could be really nice. When it comes to those of you that are single and looking, it's really weird, but you know, I'm not laughing because it's funny, but it's almost like in the midst of all of, you know, what could potentially be a week of challenges, there are blessings here, and one of them appears to be that you're meeting somebody that either makes you feel like the best version of yourself, or at least brings out your best qualities, which is really nice. For your money and materials, you've got the Devil card. So look, it's really strange because whenever I read for Aries and Gemini, I always keep an eye on these signs, because as an Aries, you kind of represent the whole zodiac, and Gemini rules the media. So I tend to look to those two places to see what's happening on the wider world stage at a larger scale. And I wonder, again, I touch wood, I truly hope that I'm wrong on this, but this could, you know, on the really heavy end of the scale, I would probably be watching the news for the death of a prominent female by some, you know, potentially awful means, maybe a domestic violence story that comes out that's really quite, you know, horrific. I really hope I'm wrong on this front, but just seeing that triplet, I wonder. Now, on a more personal level, the Devil card, remember, this is your vices, it's your crutch, it's the thing that you know, if it's overindulgence, right, is going to be rife this week. So if you are a drinker, if you are a smoker, if you are an eater, like whatever you do that you know maybe you do a little bit too much of, this week, have one less bite of your dessert, have one less cigarette, have one less glass of wine. Where it's the energy is kind of pushing to do this, to add more, try to have that self-discipline, like make a bet with yourself that you can have one less beer, one less glass of wine, 5 less cigarettes this week than you did last week. Do you know what I mean? Like, have that kind of constructive energy running through your week this week. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, that Devil card could literally show up, like you could feel in your physical self, like, yeah, I've overdone it here. When it comes to your home and environment, just be mindful of the environment this week, because with the Devil card, this could be, you know, it could be really that you overspend big time. So it's not just overindulgence, but it could be that you end up paying way over for something, and it's like maybe you're not able to get your money back. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have as conscious a week as you possibly can. Where you know you get in your own way, or where you know you trip yourself up, be mindful of that this week, and have a constructive bet with yourself that you can show up better for yourself and keep yourself healthy, sane and happy. All right, with that said, take care, and I'll see you soon.